the Richat Structure, Atlantis.
When we talk about Atlantis, we're not just talking about one city, we're talking about a legacy that echoes across cultures, landscapes, and millennia. These images you're seeing, they're more than artistic renderings. They're the result of nearly a year of experimentation, refinement, and collaboration with AI models to explore every possible interpretation of what Atlantis could have looked like. Some of these designs lean into the grandeur of myth, towers reaching toward the sky, harbors bustling with activity, and temples that seem to defy the limits of ancient engineering. Others reflect the architectural languages of cultures from the Indus Valley to the Sahara, reminding us that Atlantis, if it existed, wasn't isolated. It was a crossroads, a place where ideas, technologies, and people converged. But this, pause for the final model, this is where the myth aligns with the land itself. Built to the exact dimensions of the Richat structure, this model isn't just inspired by ancient descriptions, it's grounded in them. The concentric rings, the placement of the canals, the central temple complex, every detail is a conversation between what was recorded and what the earth remembers. And yet, the journey doesn't end here. The earlier models you're seeing, they are a testament to the possibilities, the what-ifs that keep this search alive. Maybe Atlantis had elements of all of these. Maybe its architecture was a fusion of styles we've yet to uncover. That's the beauty of this work. It's not about declaring one version as the truth. It's about exploring, questioning, and refining until the story feels whole. So as you look at these images, ask yourself, what does your vision of Atlantis include? Because in the end, reconstructing the past isn't just about answering questions, it's about asking better ones. Dihaya al-Kahina, the Berber queen who stood like a storm against the Arab invasion of North Africa in the 7th century. She wasn't just a leader, she was a symbol, a woman who wielded fire in the stories, who knew the land like the back of her hand, and who fought not just for a kingdom, but for a way of life. What's fascinating about Kahina is how she blurs the line between history and myth. Some say she could summon flames or command the winds, not as literal magic, but as a testament to how her people saw her, a force of nature, untamed and unbroken. And when you look at her, you're seeing more than a warrior. You're seeing the face of a civilization, the Berbers, the Numidians, the people who shaped the very land where legends like Atlantis might have risen. I chose to include her in this project because she represents something critical, resistance as memory. The same way we reconstruct lost cities from ruins and stories, Kahina's legacy is a reconstruction of who her people were, proud, fierce, and deeply connected to their home. And if Atlantis was real, if it was here, in North Africa, then Kahina's spirit, the defiance, the tie to the earth, is part of its story too. When we talk about Atlantis, we often hear about a city lost to time, a legend with no home. But what if its home was hiding in plain sight? Let's talk about Numidia, an empire in what is now Algeria and Morocco, known for its fierce resistance to Rome, its advanced cities, and its deep roots in the Sahara. The Richat structure, the very site many believe could be Atlantis, sits in this region, a place where history and myth have always blurred. Now look at the art and ruins from Numidian cities, the architectural designs, the concentric layouts, the monumental structures, the way water was managed to mirror what was reconstructed in this model. Even the descriptions of their oldest cities, some dating back nearly 9,000 years, align with what we know about Atlantis, a civilization advanced beyond its time, tied to the land, and eventually lost to the sands and floods. And it's not just Numidia. In Morocco, there's an ancient city, let's call it the Lydian connection for now, where the ruins bear a striking resemblance to Greek designs, yet predate them. This isn't coincidence. It's evidence of a shared architectural language, one that spread across North Africa and into the Mediterranean. When you see these parallels, it's harder to dismiss Atlantis as mere fiction. It starts to look like a cultural memory, preserved in stone, art, and oral tradition. So when people ask, Why Atlantis in West Africa? This is why. The clues aren't just in the land. They're in the history of the people who live there, the empires they built, and the legends they left behind. And this model, it's not just a reconstruction, it's a reclamation,